Grinder Switch is just as closely identified with Minnie Pearl as her Howdy signature is. And she came up with the idea of being from Grinder Switch for two reasons. She knew about Grinder Switch because she used to go with her father out there to take lumber to load onto the railroad cars. And at that time, there was a little general store there, and of course, the railroad switch. And she would listen to some of the stories, and probably that's where she got some of these old stories that she told. And partly because there really wasn't anybody that lived there much. She didn't want to say that she was from Centerville and use Centerville because she was afraid she might hurt somebody's feelings. They might think that she was talking about them in some of her stories. So that's how she hit on the idea of using Grinder Switch. But over the years, Grinder Switch became just as much of a character almost as Minnie Pearl was. And it was a very real place to Fia. And she talked about that a lot in later years, how real the place was to her, that she could just see it in her mind. And it was such a peaceful, kind place, and you didn't have to worry about a lot of things, and that we need a place like that. And she always said she would end some of her shows by saying that Grinder Switch is such a wonderful place. It's a place where there's no war and no disease, nobody quarrels. It's just a place in your mind's eye that you can go. And she would say, I wish for you all a Grinder Switch.